Hey guys, how you doing? It's Tone Loc here. Unscripted, just kind of coming at you straight. If you saw my Twitter post maybe about a month ago, then you know that I got hit by Google's robot demonetization train bus thing. And long story short, it sucks. But I think I may have figured out the explanation for this system, but I do want to go into some of the bad aspects of it and tell you how it's affected me personally. So the demonetization that has happened to me has happened to many people, good and bad, across YouTube. For the good people out there, I sympathize with you. You know, my content, I believe, is quite the opposite of what you would expect to become demonetized by this system. You know, I don't really curse. I don't have any sensitive material in my videos, no racism. I'm not going to get into all the specifics here because it doesn't really matter unless you are a creator who has been affected, but just know people have had their videos demonetized unfairly. And what I mean by that is this bot is going around and it's flagging content that should not be flagged. So why is it actually doing this? Well, this is my theory, so don't take this beyond this video, but after talking to some people, after researching some articles and having some, you know, thinking sessions with myself and doing some brainstorming with the people that I know, it may be a slap on the wrist from mommy, if you get what I'm saying. This bot is going around and with no rhyme or reason, it's basically flagging different kinds of content on different channels. There's no consistency to this thing. You could have one video on your channel demonetized while the other one that has more profanity and more violence and maybe a pretty harsh thumbnail, it could sit right next to it and never get flagged. So you have to ask yourself, why is this happening? Why is there this inconsistency? Well, from my experience and what I've actually come across, it is designed purposefully not to be consistent. So what does inconsistency allow this program to actually do? It allows it to actually go to pretty much anyone's channel, regardless if they're good or bad, and basically spank them a little bit on the behind and say, you're not safe regardless of what you do. I'm not totally sure if your content is worth flagging, but I'm going to flag it anyway, and then you can go ahead and refute the claim, and then I'll decide with my team at Google if we can overturn this or not. But before we do that, I'm just going to flag your stuff no matter what, even if we don't think it's 100% in conflict with our terms, according to this demonetization policy. So, in a sense, what it's doing is going around to everybody and kind of just picking at people, poking at people. And what that means in the grander scope of things is that no one's safe. It's a message that says, no one's safe on YouTube, so you better behave. This would actually make some pretty good sense if you think about it. It allows YouTube and Google to basically send out this broad communication to everyone, saying, you know what, YouTube is getting a little bit hairy right now and we don't like everything that you're putting out on your channels, be it cursing or talking about sex and religion and, you know, bad things. So we're just going to hit everybody to warn everybody, in a sense, that you guys need to behave properly on YouTube. But the problem comes in, obviously, in the fact that the good people of the world and on YouTube who are doing, you know, things by the book, including myself, I think for the most part, I should not have these demonetizations on my channel. It's basically saying, you know what? You have to pay for it as well. So the good people on YouTube are just thrown into the same pot as the bad people. And YouTube is spanking every single one of us, just as a warning, with the message of, you better start behaving. So why are they actually doing this? Advertisements on YouTube make Google a lot of money. So they are incentivized to make sure those advertisers are happy. And it makes sense if you think about it, right? If you have an advertisement for, let's say, baby diapers, you know, Pampers baby diapers, would you want your advertisement playing before a video that talks about sex, drugs, and rock and roll? Probably not, right? It's to be expected that that advertiser has some say in what content is behind their advertisement. They should be protected. Totally fine. And the system is very understandable when it comes to managing the relationships between Google and the advertisers. But they're not going about it in the right way. I can understand that YouTube wants to protect these advertisers and wants to protect that huge pool of revenue that comes in. Make no mistake, when I have a video posted on YouTube and there's an advertisement play, I get a very, very small cut of that revenue. We're talking like minuscule here. I'm not going to go into specifics because it's private, but it's a very, very, very small cut. So since YouTube's getting the larger cut and the larger piece of the pie, they've got to make sure that the controllable aspect of the equation, me, is in control. Because an advertiser can obviously decide not to pay Google to advertise their product and they would lose out on a lot of money. So they obviously cater to that side of the equation, the uncontrollable. So like I said, everybody gets hit. So this broad message goes out across YouTube of, let's start making this a better place. Google says that. Obviously, like I said, the good people of YouTube are getting nailed. I'm going to tell you a shocking fact, and this is just my going into my analytics and then pulling my data into Excel and making some calculations based off of my projected income. Over the last 3 weeks, I've lost 41% of my income. Would you be okay if you walked into work tomorrow and your boss says, hey, we're going to cut your pay today by 41% and there's nothing you could do about it? I'm sure you'd be pissed. And let's be honest, the videos that get demonetized all the way, you're working for free. I'm working for free. And I'm not going to be working for free. I don't think anyone would work for free, right? Of course, I love what I do, but I also want to get paid the appropriate fee for my time. And that's kind of how Google disguises this entire system. If you notice on the message, it says not suitable for all advertisers. Now, what that means is you can have advertisements played on your video as long as they coincide with your particular content stream. Meaning, if you have a violent video and there's an advertisement for, let's say, a gun, they want to advertise bullets or something like that, and you have a picture of a gun on your thumbnail, they're going to allow that advertisement to be played on your channel. But the second Pampers steps in and buys that advertisement slot, you don't get paid any advertisement revenue because they're going to cut you off and only feature those advertisements on kid-friendly and, E-friendly videos across YouTube. So it's pretty much how it works. So I've been in a pretty crummy mood lately because, taking a 41% cut to my income is a really big deal for me because I quit my job to do this full time. Am I going to be able to continue this channel if this keeps happening? Because if you take a look at this picture here, there's like 25 videos of mine that instantly became demonetized when YouTube decided it was my turn to poke me and my channel and teach me a lesson. But what they've discovered is that, well, if we go ahead and demonetize every single video this guy's putting out, then maybe he'll behave extra good, and that's what they're doing. Every single time I put out a video, it's being restricted for advertisements. So that's losing me a lot of money. And I simply can't live on this particular income stream anymore because my income is being dropped so far into the goddamn ground that it's forcing me to make a decision between loving what I do and working for a lower wage, essentially, or going back to work at my old job or finding a new job. Now, this is kind of the point for this video. I haven't done an official Patreon announcement because I just haven't got around to it. But if we get enough support on Patreon, it's going to allow me to continue this channel. Because at this rate, with the demonetization pattern on display here and the trend in my analytics in terms of how much income I'm losing, I'm not going to be able to continue this channel the way that I've been doing it. And that makes me really sad, actually, because I'm really passionate about creating these videos and creating the analytical niche that I've kind of built for myself, because a lot of people love my stuff. And if you do, then I thank you for watching. But it's time to step up if you can and support Downward Thrust on Patreon. I'm going to leave a link in the description, or you can just see for yourself the link on your screen right now. Because without more Patreon support, honestly, this channel is not going to continue. So I hate to make this video, guys, and it's just so depressing and so sad. I work so hard on these videos. I work every day, pretty much all day, coming up with ideas, writing scripts, recording audio, just making these videos the highest quality I could possibly do, and YouTube just wants to throw me into the ground and take what I'm working for, and I don't want to stand for that anymore. So if we can get enough Patreon support, we're gonna just hasta la vista from YouTube, turn off advertisements because they're not making me any money anyway, and we're just gonna kick YouTube to the curb. So that's the plan for now, guys. I'm hoping I can get some more support and have it raise my spirits because I'm kind of down. You may have noticed my last couple videos, I haven't quite been there 100% because this whole thing's in my background, and I'm constantly thinking about how to provide for me and my dogs and keep the roof over my head now. So thanks for watching, guys. If you can support us, please do. I would love to continue this channel because at this rate, I don't know what's going to happen.